Hello, hello. Okay, if you notice, we're on the same shirt as last time because it's all on the same day. This is the shirt I want to wear. I don't want to wear any other shirt, okay? So, anyone else like that? People are like, self-expression, I want to wear tons of stuff. I'm like, this is self-expression. This shirt, there's nothing else. This is the shirt. Anyways, okay, on more of a serious note. Hello, welcome to my channel. Okay, so in this video we are talking about how to live your purpose and what exactly your purpose is. This is like a big bone to chew off, I would say, but it's really worth it. It's been very, very impactful for me in the last little while since I now have like a one-liner of what my purpose is, and it's been so impactful. It is now the basis for what I've been making my decisions off of, and it's been very helpful. Anyways, so if you're interested in that, and if you would like to get a one-liner for your own purpose, and if you would like to align your life to that, we gotta keep on watching. I've got an exercise for you. I want to take you through an exercise that has been incredibly impactful in my life. And I don't say that about like any exercise I've ever done. I never read through a book and do an exercise. I'm like, wow, that really did something for me. This one did. Basically what happened with me is that in college, I was feeling pretty depressed because I felt like I had picked the wrong major. And I'm like, I'm like 3 years, I was about to graduate into this, and I'm about to graduate, and I'm just now feeling like I did the wrong thing. And I'm like, what is the purpose in life? If it's not career, I feel like my purpose is my career, and I chose the wrong one. So my whole life, I basically put a lot of emphasis in my career is my purpose, which is not true. I would say it's an avenue to live your purpose, but it is not your purpose. And if you choose the wrong career, it's not crushing your purpose. So I went looking for purpose in so many different places. I mean, I've taken all of the personality tests you can imagine: Myers-Briggs, Enneagram, DISC, Big Five, the color personality, the 12 archetypes. Yeah, so many. I read What Color Is Your Parachute, which is this whole find yourself book. Ikigai, trying to figure out like career and purpose and that sort of thing. And I haven't found any of those exercises to be helpful. I found them very interesting. Like, I think you should go do all those tests and everything. I definitely learned about myself, but I didn't learn like my purpose. I didn't learn from that what career I should do or what life path I should take. What I learned from that, I learned some things about myself and qualities about myself and things that maybe made me stand out from other people. Strengths finder, like strengths I have that maybe are not as common for most people, but that's not where you find your purpose. It was a good stepping stone. I think it was a good first start for me, but it was definitely lacking something. After that, recently in the last couple years, I started reading a ton of personal development books. There are lots of exercises in them, like but still, like, something's missing. So, you do all the personality tests, you read the I've read like all the personal development books under the sun, and still just like something is missing. So then Catherine Manning recommended this book, Claim Your Power, which it's a 40-day book toward claiming your power. And it's split into 4 sections. And the first one is about kind of like uncovering the past. And then as it goes on, you go into like the future. So it's kind of like you take care of the past in the first part of it, and then you move into your future in the next part of the book. It is such an impactful book. I recommend everyone to read that book. It is so impactful. It's like every day, it's like 3 pages with some pretty like extensive like journaling to do every day. Like if you really do the journaling every day, it's very powerful. I've like cried a ton reading this book, but like in a really good way, like a really good cry. And this exercise was so impactful. And it was about finding your purpose within you, not in your relationships and not in your career or in finances or any other area of your life, but finding it in yourself and with God. So I think in the book it talks about like if you don't believe like in God, or I think sometimes they call it like the universe or different things like that. But I think most people believe that there is some sort of like good spiritual force in the world, whether you're religious or not. I think it's something like 97% of people believe that there's some like higher power or good force going on in the world. So that's what they're basically tapping into in that part of the book. So this is what I want you to do. So I'll tell you like how the exercise kind of panned out for me, and then I want you to go ahead and like do it along with the video. So go ahead and get a piece of paper. It's really good. So the first step is to think of your earliest childhood memory when you just felt like amazing, your best earliest child memory. You're supposed to think of, so imagine it, who was there, how did you feel, what did you believe about life and yourself in that moment. So you go ahead and pause it. That's the first chunk, several questions in that first chunk. Really journal about it, really feel it. Like don't just remember, but actually go back, think, and like remember. Because the whole purpose of this activity is to find your purpose within you. And what I believe, and I feel like what this author believes, is that you come into this world kind of like beautiful and untainted, and then a lot of things happen that cause you to distort yourself or hide yourself or kind of packs on the dirt. And so what you need to do is basically go back to when you were feeling like that purest version of yourself and uncover that person and tap into their energy. So then after you've done that for one memory, you're gonna go ahead and do it again. Think of your second best memory. And it doesn't have to be like this one doesn't have to be early childhood, but just another really good memory. And I want you to think about, what were you feeling? Who was there? What did you believe about yourself and life in that moment? And these feeling words don't have to be the typical feeling words like happy, glad. You could think any word that really describes it. Easy like Sunday morning, or it could even be a noun. Just whatever words convey the feeling to you. Don't get so much stuck in like has to be a feeling word. Just like whatever words resonate with you to describe the feelings that you are feeling. And then you're going to do that a third time and a fourth time. The reason you do it 4 times is so you can kind of pick up on the patterns. So each time you're answering, what was the memory? Who was there? What were you feeling in that moment? What did you believe about yourself and life in that moment? So go ahead and do that 4 times. After that, you're going to write down the list of all of those emotions. That's the important part that we're keying in on. Because some people, different emotions are more valuable to certain people. My earliest memory that was my fondest was when I first pushed off learning how to ride a bike. And I said things like, I was thrilled, I felt really open, sunny. See, like sunny is not really a feeling word, but I felt really sunny. I felt like myself, felt like people were proud of me, felt like I had overcome my fears. So that was an example for me. So you go ahead and you do that 4 times, and then you kind of compile all those lists of feeling words. Then once you have that list, there are probably some repeated themes. So like some people really value feeling connected to other people. Some people want to feel loved or cherished. So you're going to go through and figure out for you your top 2. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to look down the list, and maybe the first one is loved, the second one is cherished. So you're going to look at word number 1, word number 2. Which one do I like better? You might pick, okay, number 2. You like number 2 better. Then you compare feeling number 2 and feeling number 3. Which one do I like better? Still feeling number 2. Then you look at number 4. Which one do I like better? And you keep going down the list until you've basically picked which one's your number 1. After you've done that, you're going to go and pick your number 2. So for me, when I did this, I found that my first word was expansive. I ended up having a lot of synonyms for expansive, but that's the one that I liked the best. So my first one was expansive. A lot of my memories, they just feel very open. A lot of my memories were outside, lots of sun. A lot of my memories had to do with growth. So like I was like expanding my mind or learning a new skill. And then for me, the second one, I couldn't think of a word. I did like a compound word. Scared excited was the word. A lot of the ones I had, like when you first push off when you're riding a bike, it's like scary. You don't know like if you're gonna make it, but then it's really fun and really thrilling to keep going. The word thrilling didn't really, I don't know, there's something about that word that's not quite right. So I just did scared excited. So those are my top 2 words. I did expansive and scared excited. Those are my 2 emotions that for me are the most important. For other people, those are gonna be really different because we all have very like unique purposes. So then you're supposed to fill in this template with word number 1 and word number 2. My purpose is to feel blank with God while feeling blank as I help others do the same. So for me, it was my purpose is to feel expansive with God, or like the universe or whatever you want to fill that in with. But to like keep expanding with God while I feel scared excited, helping others do the same. And I feel like that really aligns with what I would like to do. I really want to keep expanding myself with God doing that. And it scares me a little bit and feels risky, that scared excited, to help other people do the same, to help other people expand their lives. So you can change the grammar if that template doesn't quite work for your feeling words. So this is what I've learned. I like to feel expansive and scared excited. So then what you have to do, you go on another exercise in this book, is to figure out, how can I generate those emotions? Because most of us put our emotions on other people, as in the responsibility of them. Like that person made me feel sad. That person made me mad. But we have the ability to control all of our emotions. When people do something, we can react however we want. But even a level up from just reacting however we want, we can generate them. So we don't have to just be on the defensive. People do things to us and we defend appropriately. But we can also be on the offensive and really generate our emotions and not just consume them and ping off, react to other people. So you need to figure out how you're going to generate these emotions, and you're not going to put the responsibility on any of the relationships around you to feel this way, because you can feel these ways no matter what your circumstances are. So you have to try to figure out how in your job you can feel those two emotions and spread them to others. And in your marriage and in your relationships and your finances, basically in all the aspects of your life, how can you live that purpose, kind of that sentence frame. And I realized that I just had to take charge. If I want to live an expansive life, there are lots of activities that I can do to get me there that I really haven't been doing, and that's so important. So then the next part of the activity is to write down what sort of actions in all the areas of my life can I do that would generate these emotions. And I found that I was doing a lot of things because I felt like other people would want me to, or other people said that's something I should do. It's a good thing to do. Like I've been doing workout classes at Orange Theory because it'd be a good thing to do to work out. You know, it's great to be in fitness. But doing that workout class doesn't make me feel expansive. It doesn't make me feel scared, excited. What would do that and still achieve my goal of personal fitness would be like paddleboarding, things outside, riding my bike, which you can't really do in the winter, but like an indoor, like in the winter I could have done like a dance class. So like even in the area of fitness, you can generate and do actions in your life that would make you feel expansive. In the area of my career, it seemed a little like, I mean, this doesn't seem like really, dyeing your hair doesn't really seem like it's part of my career, but I was very worried about changing my hair color for teaching and for YouTubing, and just because I didn't know what other people would say or what other people's opinions would be, but it did make me feel like a little scared, excited. Like I know it seems like a small thing, but it actually made me feel like scared, excited, and kind of expansive to do that, to change this wall that felt very scary to me. But it feels very exciting. Like I just feel really alive when I do it. So I just really encourage you to like design your life around that purpose and the emotions that really matter to you. And they're probably very different than what I said, but really just go after it, because everyone needs to feel connected to God and to represent a fraction of what God offers. And that's very different for everyone. Like I think God is expansive, and if I lived my full potential, then I could represent that to other people. I think God's brave and takes risks and is excited about things, and I could represent that. For another person, they really value the emotions of love, being cherished and connected, and they represent that piece. So I think there is benefit to all of us doing this, all of us helping other people connect to that part of ourselves. So yeah, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. I say rock on for trying to live your purpose. Nice work.